It is now 4:30 p.m. I would like to call the September 24th, 2024 meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On our agenda tonight, we have public comment for agenda items other than development or rezoning applications. Is there anyone here to speak on the agenda items? Is this about a land development plan?
General statement regarding land development. Before the voting takes place, I would just like to have some sort of...
Okay, yes, and when we get to those,
Okay.
I'm going to open up a hearing for each one.
Okay.
And then your statements will be in the record of the hearing.
Okay, no problem, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that can be confusing. Okay, anyone else? Then we will move on to approval of the minutes. We have minutes from September 10th, 2024's regular meeting. Any questions on the meeting minutes? Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make that motion, Kim.
I'll second.
Motion was made by Mr. Bach and seconded by Mr. Olet. Any discussion? Okay, Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Number 5 on our agenda will be the approval of the bills. Do I have a motion to approve the bills?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Bach and seconded by Mr. Olet. Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. We now are in the public hearing on petitions requesting a change in zoning classification. The first one that we are here to discuss is the replot of lands of Anthony and Diane DeGroot in their subdivision. To speak on this,
Oh, can I make a correction? This is the public hearing on subdivision and land development plans, not rezoning classification. Sorry.
I bet when I did my script, I bet I didn't put that part in. I apologize.
That's right.
This is a public hearing on subdivision and land development plans. And we have 3 of them today. The first of which, thank you very much, by the way, Mr. Waldinger, is the replot of lands of Anthony and Diane DeGroot. And to speak on this is Mr. Waldinger.
Thank you. Yes, this is a subdivision plan to show the creation of a 580 square foot parcel A taken from 4011 Brook Hollow Court, which is to become an integral part of 5531 Sandalwood Court, creating a 53,953 square foot parcel and a 16,091 square foot residue lot in tract 352. That's township index numbers 535009 and 535010. And I will note that at their regular meeting of Tuesday, September 3rd, the Mill Creek Township Planning Commission recommended approval of this subdivision with the requirement that the 580 square foot parcel A become an integral part of 5531 Sandalwood Court.
Great, thank you very much, Mr. Waldinger. Okay, I am now going to open the hearing. Is there anyone here to speak on this subdivision plan? Okay, seeing that there's no one here to speak, I will go ahead and close the hearing. Is there any discussion from the supervisors?
No.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the subdivision plan for Anthony and Diane DeGroot?
So moved.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by Mr. Bach. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. The second subdivision plan is a subdivision replot for Alfonso Narducci. And to speak on this is Mr. Waldinger.
Thank you again. This is a subdivision plan to show the creation of a 0.200 acre Lot 1 from 1944 West 51st Street which is to become an integral part of 1932 West 51st Street, creating a 0.434 acre parcel and a 0.729 acre residue lot in Tract 348, Mill Creek Township indexes 718-026 and 718-030. And at their regular meeting of Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024, the Mill Creek Township Planning Commission recommended approval of this subdivision with the following, that the 0.200 acre Lot 1 become an integral part of 1932 West 51st Street. It was also a note that in order to grant this subdivision, the supervisors would also need to grant a modification for the depth to width ratio. The maximum is 3:1, and it would be exceeded at the rate of 3.17 to 1.
Okay, thank you very much. Is there anyone here to speak on this land development plan? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to open up the hearing first. Is there anyone here to speak on this subdivision plan? Okay, then I will go ahead and close the hearing. Do I have a motion for this subdivision plan?
Yes, I will make that motion.
I will second.
Mr. Olet made this motion, made a motion to approve, and Mr. Bach seconded the motion. Any discussion? Okay, Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes?
And Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. The third subdivision plan is the Colony Plaza Parking Expansion Land Development Plan. To speak on this is Mr. Waldinger.
Thank you. This is a land development plan to show the expansion of the parking lot behind the Colony Plaza with associated stormwater management facilities. It's located at the northeast intersection of West 8th Street and Lowell Avenue in Tract 6 and comprises Mill Creek Township indices 275-011, 012, and 055. At their regular meeting of Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024, the Mill Creek Township Planning Commission recommended approval of this land development plan. You will note that on your notes from the meeting that there were several drawing additions and corrections that the Planning Commission recommended be made to the plan. Those changes have been made by the surveyor and were presented to the township, so those items have been taken care of already.
Great, thank you very much. I will now open up the hearing. Is there anyone here to speak on the land development plan for the Colony Plaza? When you come up, you can state your name into the record, and then afterward, if you would like to, you can then write it down and put your address.
Thank you. Dear fellow residents of Pennsylvania, my name
Would you
is
state your name
Melissa Labritz,
Oh, okay, thanks.
and I am a Mill Creek resident. We have one chance to succeed. Pennsylvania is the only state with one county surrounding the Great Lake Erie. Ohio has 7, Michigan has 2, and New York has 2. We must learn to love our neighbor and stop saying, I don't want to be like them, or I hope we don't turn out like them. Springfield, Fairview, Lake City, Girard, Mill Creek, Erie, Albion, Wesleyville, Harbor Creek, Northeast, we are all the same. We have the same common denominator, the Great Lake Erie. We need to accent what we have. Any investment in Erie County is good. Income is good. People are good. Economy is good. Change is good. What is living somewhere with a bunch of people and no jobs? We need to learn to love the new business right up the street, the investor that's willing to take a risk in Erie County, Pennsylvania, the developer that has a vision for new ideas. We need to learn to love the new Airbnb that's right next door, right across the street, or behind us. We need to welcome the visitors that flock here from national and international locations and be grateful that we get to live here year-round. We need to be appreciative of investment of government at local, state, and federal level. And finally, we need to respect the elected officials that, in my opinion, across all townships and the county, are doing a great job and already know this and are actively trying to revitalize Erie County. We need to let others see Erie County for what it is worth. We need to be open to new people and new ideas. In my opinion, we have great leaders that are taking action, sparking revitalization, and taking on redevelopment. They are not just sitting passively, waiting for opportunity to come by. Remaining stagnant does not contribute towards growth. We need all the investment we can get in Erie County, one county in Pennsylvania by the lake. The best way to move forward is not to be stuck in the past. We all need to work together for a better Mill Creek. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I would just like to say, I don't know, before we close the hearing, I'm not used to such positiveness when people come up here. I appreciate it so much because I believe wholeheartedly in our area as well. And I am very, very passionate about making sure that that little one has a reason to stay here. Absolutely. Thank you. Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to speak during that, but I did anyway. Anyone else here to speak? Okay, and with that, I will close the hearing. Any comment from the supervisors, any discussion? Okay, do I have a motion to approve the subdivision plan for the Colony Plaza parking expansion?
So moved.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Bach and seconded by Mr. Olet. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. And I too look forward to what is to come for all of Erie County, every one of us, Northeast, Fairview, Harbor Creek, giving Harbor Creek a shout out there, and in the city of Erie. So we're all better together. Thank you. Okay, we now move on to bids and quotations. We first have a data plan for iPads from the Mill Creek Fire Department. To speak on this is Chief Cliff.
Thank you. Over at Kearsarge Fire Department, there's 4 tablets located in the department apparatus. Since Mill Creek paid staff has been occupying their vehicles 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we've been going over their current data plan. It's my recommendation that we would utilize the current iPads that are in place, but transfer them to the township's data plan through FirstNet. This increase is a cost of $147.96 per month for the data plan.
Thank you very much. Any questions for Chief Cliff?
Chief, is that per tablet or for all 4?
For all 4.
Okay.
Total increase.
Yep.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the FirstNet iPad networks?
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion was made by Mr. Olet, seconded by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? Okay, I'll call for the vote. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. We now have a firehouse request for qualification, RFQ, for the Mill Creek Fire Department. To speak on this is Attorney Shaw.
Yes, recently the Fire Commission made a recommendation to the supervisors to explore the construction of a new firehouse in the Bell Valley area. The current Bell Valley Firehouse is located within a floodplain and has had issues with flooding over the last decade or so. So this request for qualifications will be the first step in evaluating the construction of a firehouse to replace the current Bell Valley Firehouse. This document would seek to identify qualified architectural and engineering firms that would provide comprehensive design services for the construction of a new firehouse. Qualifications will be due on October 25th of 2024, and once those packages are received, they'll be evaluated. Interviews will be conducted with selected firms, and then that would follow a negotiation with the firms that would ultimately be selected to participate in negotiations and ultimately award. So this request really is to authorize the issuance of this RFQ, which will be tomorrow if the board approves that issuance. And Chief, I don't know if you have anything further to add.
No.
Okay. Thank you very much. And this requires action?
Yes.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the firehouse request for qualification of the RFQ?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet, seconded by Mr. Bach. A call for the vote. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Next on our agenda are new and amended ordinances that are under review. To speak on this is Attorney Shaw.
Yes, we have 3 that are currently under review. One with respect to the subdivision and land development ordinance. We've been through legal review, and we've been meeting with engineering and planning and development to finalize that document. The second ordinance under review is updates to the Township Code for the International Property Maintenance Code and International Fire Code. The Township currently uses the 2015 version of these codes, and it has been recommended that the Township move to the 2018 version. We're working on making the needed changes to accommodate the changes in those codes. And lastly, the Township is looking at amending the employee pension plan with respect to leave of absence issues, as well as issues relating to the potentially to the fire department employees. So those are the 3 ordinances that are currently under review.
Great. Thank you very much. Number 9 on the agenda is a resolution 2024 R33, a resolution pursuant to resolution 2015 R20, and the municipal manual to approve the proposed disposition of certain township records. To speak briefly on this is Mr. Shaw.
Before you is a resolution to approve the disposal of certain municipal records maintained by the police department that are reaching the end of their retention period under the municipal records manual. The records to be disposed of include MVR BWC footage that includes test recordings between the dates of July 19th of 2024 through August 1st of 2024, traffic stops between 6/19 of 24 through 7/2 of 24, incident only in special circumstances between 9/18 of 22 through 10/1 of 22, and case report, arrest report, SRR unknown types from 9/18 of 2004 through 10/1 of 2004. My recommendation would be to approve the disposal of these records.
Okay, thank you very much. Do I have a motion to approve the disposal of the records?
So moved.
Second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet, seconded by Mr. Bach. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Number 10 on the agenda is a fire ESCO release at 2350 West 38th Street. Speak on this is Attorney Shaw.
Yes, the Board of Supervisors at their May 28th, 2024 meeting previously approved a partial release of fire insurance funds being held by the Township as a result of a fire at 2350 West 38th Street in Mill Creek. The house was owned by Henry Spada. The Township received a total of $14,959.90 from Mr. Spada's fire insurance company in accordance with Chapter 55, Article 2 of the Mill Creek Township Code. Subsequent to the fire, Mr. Spada sold the property at 2350 West 38th Street to a third party who was to make the repairs needed to the property for the damage that was caused by the fire. Code Enforcement Department has advised that the new owner has completed the majority of the required repairs, and the department is comfortable with releasing the remainder of the funds to Mr. Spada. The recommendation is to approve the release of the remaining 50% of the amount being held by the Township to its prior owner, Mr. Spada.
Thank you very much. Any questions for Attorney Shaw? Okay, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet, seconded by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes. Motion carries. Number 11, Stormwater Management Operation and Maintenance Agreement for 6039 Henderson Road, Scott and Janda Caserta, developer. To speak on this is Mr. Rodemoyer.
Yes, this is in regards to the stormwater management operation and maintenance agreement and the associated stormwater management plan for the property at 6039 Henderson Road. The stormwater management plan has been reviewed internally in the engineering department. The attached agreement has been signed and notarized, and the engineering department is recommending approval of this stormwater management agreement and the associated plan.
Great, thank you very much. Any questions for Mr. Rodemoyer? Hearing none, I will ask for a motion.
I have a quick question. It says Scott Newell on the agreement, but it says Cassert on our paper. Are they one and the same, or are they?
That I'll have to check.
Okay, it's signed by Scott Newell.
Yeah, that I see. I don't know if it's the same Scott. I'll have to double check and see. I'd have to confirm with Gene, had reviewed these.
Okay.
Supervisor
I don't
Bach,
know if that,
if I could interject, I think it is Scott Newell, because I know him, and I recall this going through the process and so forth, so I suspect the Caserta name might be just in error for some.
yeah, maybe just on our
On the
agenda.
agenda.
It's just,
Yeah.
okay, Scott
It's-
Newell.
And it's been, there, because it was, a notary it was notarized with Scott Newell
Yep.
being
on
the
ninth.
namer, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
My suggestion would be to go ahead and approve it, and if there ends up being an issue, we can revisit it.
Okay, sounds good. Was a motion made? Or?
Not yet.
I'll make that motion.
Okay,
I'll
thanks.
second.
Motion was made by Mr. Bach and seconded by Mr. Olet. Any discussion? Okay, Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. Number 12, a financial security release request for West Ridge Estates Phase 2, West Ridge Estates LLC developer. And to speak on this is Mr. Rodemoyer.
Yes, the developer, West Ridge Estates LLC, has requested release of their financial security for their project, West Ridge Estates Phase 2. GPI, our third-party engineering consultant firm, has reviewed and inspected the public improvements for the project and has issued a reasonable conformity letter. The total amount requested is for $58,233.00, and the engineering department is recommending approval of this release of financial security.
Thank you very much. Any questions for Mr. Rodemoyer? Okay, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet, seconded by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? I'll call for the vote. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. Number 13 is a Kearsarge Force Main easement at the Manufacturer and Business Association of Erie. To speak on this is Attorney Shaw.
Yes, before you is an easement agreement between the township and the Manufacturers Association of Northwest Pennsylvania for a parcel located at 2171 West 38th Street to allow for an easement for the construction and continuing maintenance of a sanitary sewer pipeline to be installed on the Manufacturers Association property. It includes a temporary construction easement as well as a permanent easement. The pipeline is being installed beneath one half of the driveway that accesses the association property and runs the length of that driveway. The parties, as part of this agreement, have agreed to cooperate on the repaving or the replacement of that half of the driveway and repaving of the entire driveway. It is recommended that this agreement be approved. I would note that the amount being paid by the township for this easement is $16,000, which amount was determined by an appraisal obtained by the township. And it has been signed by the Manufacturers Association as well as notarized.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Any questions for Attorney Shaw? Okay, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet, seconded by Mr. Bach. Any discussion? I'll call for the vote. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. Number 14 on the agenda is the Language Access Program Agreement Renewal for the Multicultural Community Resource Center. To speak on this is Attorney Shaw.
Yes, in October of 2023, the township adopted a language access plan that addresses how a public entity that has received certain federal funding will ensure that people with limited English proficiency have meaningful access to the recipient's programs. The township previously entered into an agreement with the Multicultural Community Resource Center to provide translation and interpretation services under the Language Access Plan. That agreement expires at the end of October, and before you is an agreement with the center to extend these services for 2 years until October of 2026 at the following rates: $60 per hour for scheduled non-emergency advance appointments at a minimum of 1 hour, and after the hour will be an increment of 15 minutes, and $75 per hour for appointments after 5:30 weekdays for emergencies and for weekends, again, a minimum of 1 hour and increments of 1/2 hour after the hour. The recommendation would be to approve this agreement.
Great. Any questions for Attorney Shaw? Okay, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Bach and seconded by Mr. Olet. Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. Number 15 on the agenda, First Amendment to Agreement for Sale of Real Estate, Erie Golf Club. To speak on this is Attorney Shaw.
Yes, in July of this year, the township entered into an agreement to sell the Erie Golf Club pursuant to a court order that allowed the township to sell the Erie Golf Club in a bidding process that resulted in a winning bid of $1.3 million by the Charles R. Van Ickeren Revocable Trust. The limited due diligence period closes today, and before you is the First Amendment to the Agreement of Sale that addresses several items that came up during the due diligence period. First, the amendment updates the agreement to include the tax identification number for one of the parcels whose number was inadvertently omitted. The parcel was included in the sale, but it was located in Summit Township and has a different tax ID number. The second aspect of the amendment is that during the title search, a small parcel of land adjacent to the parcels included in the sale was discovered that was still owned by the city of Erie and had not been transferred to Mill Creek. The documentation uncovered by the title search showed that this small parcel may have been associated with the Erie Golf Club during the time that it was owned by the city. An inquiry has been made to the city of Erie whether it would be willing to transfer that parcel to the township, which would then transfer it to the new owner of Erie Golf Club. The city has indicated a willingness to do so, but is confirming whether there is any reason the city was still holding on to that parcel. The amendment addresses the potential transfer, authorizing the township to transfer the parcel to the new owner if the city transfers it to the township. And that would be expected at no any additional cost to any of the parties. And lastly, the owner of the trust has created 2 new LLCs to actually receive title of the golf club real estate and personal property respectively. This amendment would authorize the trust to assign its rights under the agreement of sale to these new LLCs. And the recommendation would be to approve this First Amendment.
Great, thank you very much. Any questions for Attorney Shaw?
No.
Okay, I'll ask for a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Bach and seconded by Mr. Olet. Any discussion? Okay, Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. Number 16 on the agenda is the appointment of Zoning Hearing Board alternate Richard Hook. Did I say that right?
Believe it's Hauk.
Hauk? Okay, I'm sorry. To speak on this is Mr. Waldinger.
Thank you. Following the appointment of Charles Fote last month, there remained one vacancy for an alternate member of the Zoning Hearing Board. Alternates are able to fill in for any of the 3 permanent Zoning Hearing Board members when they are unable to attend a meeting. The board wishes to appoint Richard Hauk to the remaining alternate position. Mr. Hauk is a township resident and is a retired Pennsylvania State Trooper who currently works as a field insurance inspector. This position gives him extensive knowledge of property conditions in Mill Creek and throughout Erie County. His knowledge and experience will be a welcome addition to the Zoning Hearing Board.
Great, thank you very much. Any questions for Mr. Waldinger? Okay, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Bach and seconded by Mr. Olet. Any discussion? I'll call for the vote. Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. Number 17 on the agenda, communications. First, we have treasurer communications. Miss Page.
I don't have anything today.
Okay, thank you. We have training requests next for the Mill Creek Fire Department. We have one. Go ahead, Chief Cliff.
Kirsten Herda is requesting approval to obtain her firefighter 2 certification. This is a required class. Testing for this is being held October 6th through Butler County Community College, and the cost of the certification class is $185. It's my recommendation to approve.
Thank you very much. Any questions for Chief Cliff? All right, I will ask for a motion to approve the training.
So moved.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Bach, seconded by Mr. Olet. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. Next, we have from the Planning and Development Department, a training request.
Thank you. I am seeking permission to attend a basic economic development course being taught by the PA Economic Development Association. This is a 7-session hybrid course with the first 2 and the last sessions requiring in-person attendance, and the other 4 sessions are being held virtually. The in-person classes are December 4th and 5th and January 22nd in Camp Hill, PA, outside of Harrisburg. Cost for the training is $775. I am requesting the use of a township vehicle for travel, which would place travel costs at $429 for the December trip and $429 in January for hotel and per diem. This course will provide knowledge of economic development theories and current best practices. It also provides an opportunity to connect and network with other professionals engaged in economic development in Pennsylvania. Funds for the course will come from the Planning and Development Training line item of the 2024 budget, and travel expenses will come from the Planning and Development travel line item in the 24 and the 25 budget for the January travel.
Thank you very much. Any questions for Mr. Waldinger? Mr. Waldinger, I saw this and it looks like a fascinating course. I can't wait to pick your brain about it.
Thank you.
All right, I will ask for a motion to approve the request.
So moved.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Olet and seconded by Mr. Bach. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. There is a fire police request from the Mill Creek Fire Department. To speak on this is Chief Cliff.
MYAA is requesting fire police for traffic control for the MYAA Cross Country Championship. It will be held at Brown's Farm on Saturday, October 12th from 11:30 to 3:30. My recommendation to approve.
Thank you very much. Always happy to support the MYAA. Any questions for Chief Cliff? Okay, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second.
A motion was made by Mr. Bach, seconded by Mr. Olet. Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, motion carries. Executive sessions were held September 12th and September 19th, 2024. On September 12th, real estate matters related to stormwater easements, sewer project easements, and park and rec facilities were discussed, as well as public safety matters and litigation matters related to development disputes, easement disputes, state court lawsuits, and code enforcement matters. On the 19th of September, 2024, litigation matters related to state court lawsuits, code enforcement, development disputes, and easement disputes were discussed. Personnel matters, public safety matters, and real estate matters related to sewer projects, stormwater easements, and park and rec facilities were discussed. Now is our time for our solicitor communications. Anything from our solicitor?
I think Lydia might have something to add.
All right, Ms.
doing-
Caparosa.
Researching while we were working up here.
I just wanted to clarify with respect to agenda item 11, it is for Scott Newell. The property address is, it is involving Henderson, but it is not the 6039 Henderson Road. This is the intersection of Lake Pleasant and Henderson Roads and the PA Railroad tracks. He previously requested a variance. I think this might be to construct a garage. So I'm not sure where the 6039 Henderson came from exactly, but
Okay.
Rob you said Jean Clement.
I was just looking at the paperwork to see if it was somewhere in here.
yeah, Scott A. and John DeCaserta do own the Henderson Road property, the 6039, but they're not.
But that is not what the,
Agreement says.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, so because we approved the agreement, we didn't approve that, what is the agenda
Correct.
item? Okay,
So yeah.
Okay.
Just, it is Scott Newell.
okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate the clarification. Anything else, Attorney Shaw?
Yeah, if I could, just real quickly on the Erie Golf Club, the next steps for that, so folks know, is that we need to submit, go before the court again to get its approval of the actual sale. We hope to get that done here in the next couple of months, and then hopefully have the closing for the golf club early in 2025.
Great, very good. That's exciting. The one report I would like to give is that I actually was at McDowell High School today. I know this is very exciting for everyone, but I was asked to speak to Mr. Tobolewski's class, so I'm going to give them a big shout out. I actually taught 2 classes. We talked about water, where their water comes from, Erie Water Works, the old Mill Creek Water Authority, and how it related to Flint, Michigan, and how government has a place in the everyday life of individuals, and sometimes we don't realize how important local government really is. I enjoyed myself so much. I loved being in the classroom again. I love the kids. I've decided I still love 17-year-olds. They're awesome. I love 14-year-olds. I just think they're all awesome. So I had a great time today, and I was really happy to be there and to talk about local government. So it was pretty cool. So anyone else have any cool stories? No? Well, then I guess we have citizens to be heard. Any citizens to be heard today? Okay. Seeing no citizens to be heard, I will call for an adjournment.
I'll second.
I had a motion from Mr. Olet, seconded by Mr. Bach. Mr. Olet, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Bach, how do you vote?
Yes.
I vote yes, and we are adjourned. Have a wonderful day.